they're in a tougher spot as they head into the postseason, and so they've got to be playing at their very best in order to make a fifth straight NCAA tournament. They probably need to run the table.
Yeah, well, just 3 or 4 weeks ago, they weren't even sure they're going to make the conference tournament. Some staff turnover this year, some injuries. They've had a tough year, but they've managed to pull it together at the right time.
Well, both these teams know they will be in the American Athletic Conference tournament and know they will be playing on Sunday in the quarterfinals. For SMU, they will be on the road, and we know that Memphis will be at home as either the 3 or the 4 seed. And all that will get played out tonight is not only this game, but 3 others across American Athletic Conference play will set the table for the postseason. You get a good look at Tatum Sutherland there, taking over in goal for Samantha Estrada, and she's done a very nice job coming off a shutout against Tulsa on the road last week. Very athletic keeper. Will be able to play with her feet out of the back all night tonight. SMU is in the black jerseys on their senior night with the blue pants. And you see Memphis in the white tonight. This one steered wide of Tori Peterson. There is a little bit of wind tonight, not a ton. And it is a cool evening as we dip into the upper 60s at game time. Grace Storty throwing it in, but Peterson winning it back for SMU for a moment before Bellotta kicks it into touch. Memphis, a powerful offensive team. They've got 8 players who have at least 2 goals as this challenge is a little too strong by Winnie Bellotta. And a free kick on the way for Memphis.
You just mentioned Grace Storty a minute ago. I think you're going to say her name a lot tonight. She's the right back, and she loves getting forward from that position.
It's definitely somebody SMU was watching for her to attack. A chip in by Storty right on goal. The top of the 6th, Sutherland able to snag it quite easily. Tatum Sutherland coming off the shutout last time out, her 12th career shutout. She's from Joshua, which is just a little south of Fort Worth.
Well, you're right. Jewel Boland over on the left for SMU. If she can really be a threat, then she'll at least make Grace Storty think a little bit before she gets forward too quickly.
Takeaway from Sabasco at midfield, and Memphis turning back on it to start the attack. This is a Memphis team that really started to crank it into high gear once they hit October. They did lose at South Florida, very quality team, 2-1 on the road. But after that, beat East Carolina 4-0, at Temple a 2-0 win, followed by the big win over Tulsa 5-2 at home on senior night for Memphis. And with that win also solidifying a spot for a home game in the American Athletic Conference tournament.
Terrific turn and good work there in the midfield from Bellotta to keep this attack going.
About 3 minutes in here in Dallas. A couple 45-minute halves in front of us as Memphis and SMU match up. The 2 teams matched up last season, and at Memphis it was a Tiger romp. 5-0 win last year. A couple goals for Grace Storty, who you mentioned earlier on. She had a huge one in that one. Jocelyn Alonzo had a goal and an assist versus SMU as well. And a good takeaway here just wide of the goal as the Tigers try to attack. Toward the box, the chip is played away for a corner. The first opportunity of the night for the Tigers.
SMU a little trouble coming out of the back. Doiron with just a little bit of a bad touch. Set Memphis off of the attack. Game's first corner kick now.
At only 5'6", Tatum Sutherland hasn't been able to handle the corners quite as well as Samantha Estrada, but she does have incredible athleticism. Here's the serve by Sarah Lynn Miller. Widening curl to the top of the 6th, the header, and a nice job to be right there on the post by SMU for the half clearance. Cross into the box, it's settled down. Bellotta is on top of it once, twice to clear it away, and out to Nieves near midfield. Exactly what SMU needed after a couple early chances for the Tigers in a scoreless game. This one's behind Bellotta. Now the midfielder starting it forward. Flicked out of trouble. by Memphis, however. A long drive and all the way up the field, an attack. And this one is high, as you don't see Memphis playing quite that directly all the time, but you see why they might want to with Maya Jones and her speed.
Yeah, for sure. You know, good transition on both sides. Good from SMU on one side, and then good transition into the attack on the other side. And you're right. And Memphis does play. They have a balance. They can possess the ball a little bit, or they can go very direct and hurt you that way, because both those front runners have good speed.
Maya Jones going direct that time for sure. There was making no bones about it. Looking for his 7th goal of the season and trying to go high against the shorter goalkeeper in Tatum Sutherland.
I think the wind, there's just a little bit of wind, and I think it sort of confused Sutherland for a second, because I think if she would have just stepped out and got that one right outside of her penalty area, wouldn't have been that big a deal. But I think she wasn't sure she could reach it, so she just backed up a little bit.
John Little with Steve Davis. Yeah, there's a little swirl to the wind, Steve. Not often that you see a east-southeast wind, but that's what we've got today. So it's coming far side to near side, 5 to 10 miles an hour. So it will play a little bit of a factor, I'm sure, especially on corners. He's Steve Davis. I'm John Little here in Dallas. Good to have you along in the final regular season contest. Memphis and SMU matching up for the first time this season. Right now, SMU 63rd in the RBI, Memphis somewhere in the 80s. Both teams, as slip there, let's Dorian take over. Both these teams really looking to play their best heading into the conference tournament, as Abby Termit's right on that one to slide it away from Memphis. And Sabasco trying to play one up the field. Beats up Storty for a moment, and Nieves pokes it. Back to Sapos, who goes out wide for Tori Peterson here. Peterson, the freshman, down to the running Nieves. Flag stays down as Nieves turns with the right foot. And it's loose inside the box. A through ball. Cisneros just missed, making it 1-0. A nice job by Boland to let that one go through to Cisneros.
Yeah, that ball fell really neatly to Cisneros at the back post. Looked like she had just a little bit of trouble kind of sorting her feet out. Didn't get everything she wanted on it, but good early opportunity for SMU.
Leading goal scorer for SMU, one of the tops in the American with 7 goals this season. It's bested by Claire Wyville there. And you can't afford to give Julissa Cisneros too many opportunities. She's going to bury him more often than not. It has not taken many chances for Cisneros to score those 7 goals this season. Another takeaway for SMU. Dermott angling to the middle. You're used to watching SMU. Courtney Sabasco, number 28, over the ball right now. A lot of times she'll play up as an attacking mid, but today more of that holding midfielder spot. We talked before the match with Nicole Nelson about that tactic.
Yeah, she can play really anywhere in the midfield. She's a really smart, intuitive player, but they just needed her. I think they needed a little extra screening in front of the defense because of those 2 really dangerous forwards that Memphis has.
Not afraid to play Courtney Sabasco, who has been a stalwart in this lineup. Her 74th career game, her 73rd career start. Could play her all over the field, says Nicole Nelson. Memphis has a lot of similar players as well, a lot of experience, especially across that back line where Mackenzie Bray has played in 81 games. You got Kimberly Smith with 85 career games played. And on this challenge, another corner is on the way for the Tigers, and another early opportunity with the wind behind them as Cisneros is able to play it away from Mackenzie Bray.
Yeah, it's interesting because you would have expected them to like the attack up the right side behind Grace Storty, but mostly they've been pushing the attack. Memphis has been pushing the attack up the left side so far.
Sarah Lynn Miller had a looping ball to the top of the 6 the first time. This time goes near post, and it is headed away, but right back to Miller. Miller to the top of the 6. It's poked away once more. A secondary chance and a dangerous ball advanced on and gobbled in by Tatum Sutherland.
Two corner kicks and two really good deliveries from Sarah Miller from that left side. Her right footer swings in, and they like left footers on the other side. Jocelyn Alonso usually takes it, so from the other side, from the right side. So those corner kicks are going to be swinging in and going to be providing danger all night for Memphis.
Jewel Boland out of Portland, transfer from Highline College. She's playing in her final game in an SMU uniform at home. Spent 4 seasons here, 2019, 2020, which was the 2020-2021 spring season. Last year, tore up a knee and missed the year. This season, been part of a key attack all season and has come up with a couple goals. For her to have a big night tonight, as Sabasco is able to shoulder it away, at least for a moment. Sapos back to Dorian to get things started for SMU, a team that's 5-2-1 at home this season. Came up with a key point at home against Cincinnati last time out at home a couple weeks back. That was a game where Cincinnati had a 2-0 advantage in the first half, but SMU, in a match where 3 of the 4 goals were penalties. SMU got a penalty in the first half and a penalty in the second half to tie it up and pick up a point. Here's a wide attack by Memphis. Great opportunity, and off the rebound, a goal by the Tigers. Kirchhoff started it all, and it's finished up by the Tigers inside. Outstanding opportunity for Alonso as Tigers go up 1-0. Well, it just got all the way through, Steve. I thought there was a deflection.
Well, it's all about the delivery there from Eve Kirchhoff. You know, they've been pushing the attack up the left side. Really the first real good thrust they've had up the right side. And she really does hit a good ball from the right side. She sure hit a good one that time. Put it in a great spot for the back post runner. And there it is, 1-0.
They give the goal to Maya Jones, 9 and not 13 there. Back turned to me for a moment, but the official goal scorer gives it to 9. Well, I thought it may have been Alonso. Either way, if it's Jones and her 7th, or Alonso and her 5th, Memphis is up 1-0. But I think it's all about the delivery, as you said. There was no doubt that it was Kirchhoff who delivered it.
Yeah, she got around the corner there really nicely against Tori Peterson. Peterson just couldn't prevent the cross, and from there, Memphis had a lot of runners to choose from inside the penalty area.
So SMU has some work to do from behind. And they have now changed the goal here in the official stats to Alonso as well. So now Alonso picks up her 5th goal of the season. It is official now. And her 4th goal in her last 6. Jocelyn Alonso, a sophomore out of Coppell, who is playing very close to home, picks up a big delivery for Memphis to get the scoring started tonight. Here's a ball by Peterson to the top of the 18. Initially cleared out. Sapos couldn't keep it. But this Tiger back line has been really good the second half of the season, especially ever since Claire Wyville got back in the lineup at the goalkeeper spot. She's been in there the last 10 matches.
You know, they've got a good shape. They've got Lily Huber that plays real defensive as a holding midfielder. Sits right in and screens really well. Doesn't try to do anything too fancy with the ball, just is well positioned in there. Right now, SMU, John, what's happening is that if they can get into the final third, they're actually providing a little bit of danger, but Memphis man marking in the midfield is making it really hard for the defenders to find the midfielders in front of them.
Takeaway right at midfield. And Memphis attacking once more. This time is Maya Jones trying to go back after it along with Sarah Lynn Miller, but kicking it for a half clearance is Sutherland, but Memphis is right back on top of it. Out wide, the lady that just had the assist, Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff has it stripped away, however, by Maya Nakawa. And Nakawa having to come into the starting lineup a couple matches back as an injury to Peyton Annan has put her in there at center back, and always tough for a team to change a center back this late in the season.
Yeah, center backs are all about the combination, aren't they? You know, just playing together, coordinating that backline movement.
One more chance for Kirchhoff, and all the way across. Nice job to slide it off the line by SMU, and Nieves hustles after it to clear it up the field and out of trouble for the Mustangs.
As Maya Jones arriving at the back post that time, and again, a really good deliver from Eve Kirchhoff over there.
Eve Kirchhoff, out of the Netherlands, has been outstanding this season. That was her 5th assist of the year, to go along with her 3 goals as well. Right up at the top of the team lead in assists for this powerful offense for Memphis. Tigers know they're locked into either the 3 or the 4 seed. They'll be going back home to play on Sunday, and there's actually a chance they could get SMU, of course, in the opening round of the American tournament, no matter you know, how the result comes out here, especially if they pick up a win. And so, you know, obviously SMU wants to make a statement. Memphis wants to make a statement. Do you think that's in the back of the minds of either coach as they figure out how to play this, as this flag goes up just offside for Sarah Miller hustling after that one?
Yeah, I think it's in talking to the coaches. I think it's in the back of their mind, if that makes sense. I think for both of these teams, it's really more about making sure that they are right and feeling good about themselves as they go into the tournament, because it's tournament, it's a knockout play from there. So anybody is dangerous. I think for Nicole Nelson and her SMU group, it is maybe a little bit more important because she needs them to have the belief that they can play with anybody in the tournament.
Right now, they're in the deficit right now at home. The goal in the 12th minute scored by Memphis's Jocelyn Alonso. Eve Kirchhoff was the one to get her the assist. Meanwhile, the American Conference standings heading into the game. UCF up top with 19 points as Bolin delivers it down to Cisneros, poked away from behind, and Kirchhoff is able to help clear it out of trouble here.
Bolin with a really nice turn there, just couldn't make the connection with Cisneros.
UCF is up top, and there's the other Florida school, as you see, at 5-2 with 15 points at this point. Then you've got Memphis and Cincinnati tied at 12 apiece. No matter what happens today, Memphis will be either 3 or 4. Cincinnati and East Carolina play today. ECU with a win over Cincinnati can claim that 4 spot, and in so doing, it could even get the 3 as well if Memphis loses here. But you see SMU in there with 8 points on the by virtue of beating Tulsa, who is off tonight. This one is way too strong. By virtue of beating Tulsa, who is off tonight, SMU is assured of a spot in the conference tournament.
John, that time Kirchhoff came inside and Storty took that outside lane, and so SMU is going to have to figure that out, because Kirchhoff has been dangerous already, and if they start getting Storty pushed up that right side, it's really going to be a threat for SMU defending on their left side.
SMU had been so deadly at home this season, Steve, but you know, at home lately, they've been coming up on the short end of the stick or being scored on first. That's obviously not normally a recipe that is going to work out for you in soccer. As you see, this one's past Dermott, who's now playing on the left side instead of the right. They've made that switch on those outside backs.
Yeah, and on the flip side, you know, Memphis is looking to find a little bit better road form. Just 2 wins, 3 losses, a couple of draws on the road this year. And after they get their first conference playoff game at home, you know, at some point they're going to have to go on the road if they get into the NCAA tournament.
A challenge by SMU, at least for the moment. Grace Storty, so dangerous on the outside. Sabasco stumbles the Memphis player here, and eventually it is called as Sarah Miller was not able to hold her feet, and thus a free kick for Memphis. The foul on Sabasco. The restart from Storty. Storty curls one. It holds up a bit, and SMU is able to easily play it out. Nieves pokes it to the far side. Oh, but a great slide hold on Memphis near the touchline. The Tigers against an SMU team that really likes to play to feet and keep control. They've had the better control through the first 20 minutes of the match.
Yeah, I thought SMU started with a pretty good tempo, and they gradually allowed themselves to get pushed back. They're dropping their lines just a little bit now. I think they're going to have to go just a little bit more direct. Try to find Cisneros just a little bit earlier, maybe.
Coming to Cal, trying to keep this one in. Can't quite do it. SMU throw in. Cal was the one who went over and slid against the side about 45 seconds ago to keep the ball in. The Cal 5'1", sophomore out of Japan, part of the U16, 17, and 19 Japanese national teams.
And she covers a lot of ground in there.
And so does Grace Storty. Right through the middle. Storty gets it back. Oh, dangerous opportunity. It's laid off, and the crossing shot nearly crossed up Sutherland, but she's able to hug that post to bring in the attempt.
Well, there's the good transition. Memphis, again, they can possess the ball, they can bring it up wide, or they can hit you in transition really quickly, and that's what happened that time.
Alonso had another opportunity. Tried to sneak it in that inside that near post.
It took a little deflection, didn't it? Sutherland having to react quickly.
Tatum Sutherland did have really no chance on the Jocelyn Alonso goal from Kirchhoff. That one she was able to play it well. 24 minutes left in the first half. SMU and Memphis match up for the first time this season. It may not be the last. It just kind of depends on what the conference tournament seeding has to say. What do you think it says that Tori Peterson and Abby Dermott have switched sides of the field, those outside back spots?
Yeah, well, Kirchhoff is a handful, and just trying to figure out a way to deal with her over on the right side.
Going with a little bit more of a veteran player in Abby Dermott to try to get that done. Not that Peterson has not been very effective this year for SMU, but SMU a little bit short of numbers. Those defensive winger positions. They've had players go in and out, including Sophie King, who they hope to be able to play a little bit later on, but probably limited in minutes for the freshman. Sabasco takes one away and serves it up. And a nice job to get out of the goal by Claire Wyville and play it away. As the flag may have ended up coming up on that play, but she wanted to make sure.
Sabasco found the angle and found the runner, just couldn't get the weight right on the pass.
To Sapos. Nearly has her pocket picked. Able to go across to Bellotta. Winnie Bellotta so creative, and Jewel Boland rips it just wide. Boland with such a fortunate ball. And Boland turns and pokes it heavy to the left side.
Well, you see Boland there on the ball. She actually gets pushed down from behind. The ball ends up falling really fortuitously there. Is it Nieves that ends up getting the shot? Oh, there it is.
It is Boland.
Yeah, it is Boland.
Jewel Boland, a heavy sigh. She's had more shots than anyone on the team this season. Only been able to come up with 2 goals, and SMU coaches have been saying it all year that it just feels like she's ready to explode. Had a chance there.
Well, that's been a little bit of the story for SMU, hasn't it? They're getting it in pretty good spots, and just sometimes the finishing just hasn't been there.
Flag up here. An offside on SMU for the first time tonight. So SMU coming in at number 6 at least going into the postseason. If they were to pick up a win and East Carolina loses to Cincinnati tonight, SMU would claim the 5 seed. But either 5 or 6 for SMU. For Memphis, they're either going to be 3 or 4. They not fortunate enough to pick up that 2 spot. Don't have a chance at it, and a first round bye in the conference tournament. They'll have to go the long way.
Haven't seen SMU press a whole lot tonight, but they do at that time and create a turnover.
Maybe sensing that they've got a bit of momentum after Bolin ripped one just wide. And Akawa not able to hold this one with the header. Memphis has the advantage thanks to a gorgeous serve across the box from Kirchhoff, coming in from the right. One-timer from Jocelyn Alonso. That's how Memphis is up 1-0. And it's foul going up against Memphis, and SMU the quick restart as Maya Jones picks up the foul. John Little with Steve Davis tonight on a senior night for SMU. Memphis's last road game of this regular season, one of 4 games across the American Athletic Conference.
John, SMU likes to go through Sabasco to play out of the back, but the marking is so good for Memphis. See another turnover there in the midfield.
Taking it right away from Bellotta, and such speed. The ball is just wide on that drive from Sarah Miller. You just cannot give her an inch of room, Steve. Sarah Miller is bound to make something happen.
Now, both of these front runners, Miller and Jones, they're both really technical, and yeah, they're good in tight spaces, but they're also very quick. They both got speed, and you saw it right there.
Tipped out by Sutherland, and so another corner on the way for Memphis. Previous 2 did not result in goals, but nevertheless effective. Miller rainbows this one in, still loose in the box, and this takedown foul whistled against Tulsa here, or excuse me, against Memphis. And a couple teams that beat Tulsa their last time out going at it, as Jewel Bolin tried to step over one and go up the side. She's going to get the call to go her way anyway on a SMU throw-in.
Well, because Bolin has been pretty effective over on the left side for SMU, it's at least keeping Storty sort of at home over there. And that was the game plan tonight from SMU coach Nicole Nelson.
Got to make her stay home. Not enough offense so far for SMU, at least. It's Jewel Bolin. Tries to control this one with a lead, but Storty is able to retreat and find it.
But a couple of times now they're going a little bit more direct into Cisneros a little bit earlier, sort of getting him past that clog in the midfield.
Can you tell Memphis is playing with confidence coming into this one with the 3 straight victories, outscoring their opponents over that time 10-2? It just looked like a team that is ready for the postseason.
Yeah, I think so too, and of course that's what you want. Scoring 5 goals just the other day, that certainly helps your confidence.
And Coach Brooks Monaghan said it's been a tough season to get through, but if you're playing well at the right time, helps you forget about some of those early season struggles. This is obviously a team that's been one of the better ones in the country consistently in Monaghan's 23 years. The electric Kirchhoff. It's right where she wants, tries to chip it across, and it's off of Sabasco and out. Another corner coming for the Tigers.
Well, they're going to have to figure out a way to deal with Kirchhoff over there, because she's finding the corner. You know, can you play her just a little bit more to go inside and direct her inside, so that there's just a little bit more help? Because right now, when she wants to find that corner, she's finding it.
Whether it's been Dermott or Peterson defensively on that side, not a lot of success for SMU. Jocelyn Alonso, who was the goal scorer earlier, sets it up out of the corner. Alonso, lots of air under this one. And Memphis controls. Miller gets it back. Left-footed feed. Another touch. And this one just goes wide for Nakao. Nakao trying to settle one down. It wasn't an easy one to do so on, but she gets a nice little chance inside the box.
Yeah, well, she created a nice little chance with a nice little skill check in there. Watch this touch right here. Just pulls it away from Sabasco coming forward, and she just didn't get the shot right, but it was a really nice little setup that she arrange for herself.
Not an easy thing to do for Momo Nakao, the sophomore out of Japan, to dispossess the fifth-year senior for the SMU Mustangs. The Tigers have created a few more chances in this one than SMU. SMU did have a chance at a leveling goal as Dermott goes head-to-head up the near side with Storty. Both end up on the ground, and Wyville able to take it in.
Just one more time, though, the man marking in midfield that Memphis does, it's hard to get through without some really tight pattern play, or you just go over the top of it like that. And SMU starting to find some lanes in there by just going right past the midfield.
And we'll see how this evolves with 15.5 minutes left in the first half in Dallas. And the Memphis goal coming from Jocelyn Alonso. SMU got a glorious chance from Jewel Boland that came up just wide. And we're at 1-0 right now. Sabasco finding Cisneros in the middle. Back to Winnie Bellata, who's back in the lineup after missing a lot of the season with a leg issue. Sabasco playing across midfield now as she tries to stir the strength for the SMU Mustangs. Dermott. The mag off to Sapos. Cisneros tripped up, takes the dive with no call. Jacqueline Metz had a decision to make. Was she going to give SMU a free kick in a nice spot? It wasn't going to be inside the 18, but still, it would have been a great opportunity for SMU.
I thought there was some contact there against Cisneros. Maybe the official Jacqueline Metz thought that she was trying to buy it, dragged her foot. She's pretty close to the play.
She had as good a look at it as anybody. This challenge goes SMU's way, and there will be a stoppage now as Haley Spray out of Allen, which is just about 20 minutes up the road, got her money's worth against Tulissa Cisneros. Take a look. This is the last contact we were talking about. From Art, and then it went off of her arm as well. So.
Yeah, I think Jacqueline Metz got that one right.
On this one, a lot more contact.
Yeah, that's Haley Spray. She's definitely the more physical of the two center backs for Memphis.
And Sabasco just wide of on goal. Claire Wyville able to bring it in. Wyville wasn't fit to start this season, missed the first handful of games, but since coming back, she's been incredibly effective. 4-1-4 with 5 solo shutouts during that time, and this is really her first extended action of her career as a redshirt junior from Morriston, Ontario. She'd been playing behind a all-conference keeper for a few years, and finally ready to get her chance, and once she was able to get on the field, she was taking advantage of it.
Sabasco there cleaning up some potential danger. Really nice job by her.
Maybe that's why you want to play her back in a match like this against a dangerous offensive team.
Oh, I mentioned she's just really smart in her positioning. She recognized the danger and came swooping in before it got any more dangerous.
Throw in here for the Tigers. Get a good look at Grace Storty, the 5'7" junior out of Calgary. Bishop Grandin High School had 2 goals versus SMU last year. A run for Miller, catches up with it, trying to slide it off the line, and it is going to be, wow, a corner here for Memphis as she was able to keep it off the line, Steve, in one swoop and deflected off an SMU player. Watch this.
Well, look, they're just both these forwards are just really fast. I thought that might have gone over the line first, but nope. Looking at the replay, no, I think the referee's assistant got that one right.
Outstanding call for sure. And yet another corner coming for Memphis, their 5th of the night. The offering right in the middle, perfectly placed. Back to the goal, and now a header goes high and may have been offside anyway. But a goal kick coming up for SMU as Memphis's Mackenzie Bray goes at 5'6". Had the potential to get her head on that one.
Well, Jocelyn Alonso, her corner kicks from the right side, her left footers, and Miller's from the other side, her right footers. They're just floating them in, but with just a little bit of a breeze, they're difficult to deal with.
Tough to see there, but Lily Huber may have been offside as well on that attempt of the header. But for SMU, they survive. They live to fight another day and keep this a 1-0 game as this one-on-one Sabasco v. Nicao is whistled the way of the Tigers. Sabasco getting a little bit frustrated on this senior night. Memphis on the restart. Cross midfield. Leaning into it, Storty. Couple headers eventually headed out by SMU as Mackenzie Rudden is on for the first time wearing number 8. But a secondary chance for Nicao, right back on top of it. The drive is brought in by Sutherland, but it was a tough one to handle.
Yeah, that bounce right before it gets to the goalkeeper, that's always a little bit tricky. But then also a really good job of jumping up fast and getting the attack going the other way.
Dermott accidentally knocked that one off her backside to keep the pressure on. But Storty and Memphis able to stay on top of it here. Maya Jones left it behind her, and Sabasco slips away with it. John Little, Steve Davis tonight. American Athletic Conference soccer action. Long ball, way too strong as Peterson had eyes on Cisneros. Let's take a look at this last shot for Memphis, and almost caught Tatum Sutherland leaning the wrong way. Lily Huber settling it pretty nicely.
Yeah, got a lot of it with her left foot, and again, put it in a pretty good spot. It's an incredible save there from Sutherland.
Lily Huber, a player that doesn't get a lot of chances to score, as you see SMU making some mass subs up front. All 3 of the forwards coming out, Boland, Cisneros, and Nieves, to continue the point. Huber only has 1 goal this season. It was in the opener against Little Rock. Last season, starting for Kentucky, did not score either.
Yeah, she's not in there to score goals. She's in there to connect back to front, to screen the back line from that holding midfield spot. Plays the role really well. Not afraid to do the dirty work. And you know, the coach Brooks Monaghan told us that she could play somewhere else if she wanted to, but she's a selfless performer that way.
Sampo's trying to feed this new front line. That's Eliana Salama on the far side, one of the new forwards. Salama is beautiful with the ball at her feet. Has this one cleared to the corner? Is it going to stay? It will. Chased down.
Really good through ball there from Salama. I mean, from Sampos into Salama.
It's a dangerous ball at midfield. SMU knew it, and the challenge to no avail. But Sabasco is able to chase down the play and settle things down for SMU here.
Really nice play there by Sabasco. One more time, just understanding, recognizing the danger, recognizing the moment, and then popping up in the right place.
3 new forwards for SMU, by the way. Salama on the right. You got Alina Khan playing that striker spot in the middle. Ball off her body now as she tries to chase it down. And it's winged out to the corner by Haley Spray. And then the forward on the left, Kaya Lee, the freshman from Overland Park, Kansas.
This new front line, though, has come in and done exactly what Nicole Nelson would want them to do, and just provided some real energy, some real jump.
Also got Mackenzie Rudden up front in place of Winnie Bellata. So you see the goal scorer there, Jocelyn Alonso, her 5th goal of the season. She has goals in 4 of her last 5. She was part of the American All-Rookie team last season. And a wonderful point getter for Memphis in her 2 seasons.
John, with a tournament game coming up for both these teams Sunday, that's not far away. You know, we asked both these coaches, would they approach their substitutions just a little bit differently? Brooks Monaghan told us, there were some good discussions about it, but he just feels like the team's in such a good place. He didn't want to change things up too much. And on the other side, Nicole Nelson said, we feel like we've got a pretty good rotation anyway, so they're not going to change up things very much. So really not doing anything very different in terms of providing any extra rest, even though they've got this tournament game coming up.
A little bit of rest for Sarah Miller. Yeah, Memphis only played 3 players off the bench in the last matchup against Tulsa. Goal kick for SMU here. Meanwhile, SMU normally goes a little bit deeper into the bench. But yeah, why mess with a good thing, right? And instead of a goal kick, there's going to be foul on that challenge running after the ball.
And for Nicole Nelson at SMU, there's a little bit more incentive tonight as well, because it is senior night, and you do want to send these seniors off the right way. So even though the result isn't that important strictly speaking for the conference tournament, it is important in terms of making sure they recognize the seniors the right way.
Memphis, if they are the 3 seed and they knock off SMU, they would likely face SMU again coming up on Sunday as Mackenzie Rudden strips it away. Rudden right on the edge of the area. Not able to control it. Sapos will keep the chance going though for SMU here. The drive, 1 bounce, and taken in by Claire Wyville.
Now, whereas Cisneros, who's always looking to check back and get the ball at her feet, all 3 of these new forwards for SMU are looking to run it behind, and they're starting to ask more questions of the Memphis back line.
Memphis's back line, which has been so solid during their win streak and during this second part, and really all of conference play, as you say, starting to ask some questions. What will the answers be? Well, this has been one of the big answers of the first half. Eve Kirchhoff, who had a beautiful assist to Jocelyn Alonso. Kirchhoff dancing over it, finding Momo Nakao. Now backing up on it into the game, Peyton Felton. Felton, one-on-one against Enakawa, and a throw-in.
It's not easy for those center backs to come out like that and defend out in space, but she did a really good job there, Enakawa did.
Enakawa stepping into the starting lineup after the injury to Peyton Annan. A throw into the box, but SMU is there. Sabasco drives it away. And Kaya Lee plays it across midfield. 4 minutes left in the first half. It's a 12th-minute goal from Memphis. Now they're looking for more. Once again, it's Peyton Felton into the box. Trying to run on top of it. Maya Jones can't control. SMU on the counter-attack as Kahn plays it back for Rudden. And a wide ball to give Tori Peterson the chance to start something from the wing. Corners are 5-0 in favor of Memphis in this one. Shots are 8-2 on the Memphis side. Shots on goal, Memphis 4-1 there as well. And the goal to Memphis too. And now here comes Momo Nakao. Has her feet cut out from underneath her though. As that has been a great matchup. Sabasco against Nakao in this one.
I thought that was Enakawa.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, Enakawa. So a couple of really important defensive moments for her over the last 90 seconds or so.
Memphis looking for a 2-goal lead. This one slid to the near post, not on goal. Sutherland able to take it in. Tigers' 9th shot already in this one. Tatum Sutherland has been peppered so far tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think she's done pretty well tonight. Handled everything she should have. No fault on the goal. Had a big punch a while ago on one of those corner kicks floated in. And she's having a good evening.
Sutherland definitely a player that can help SMU. Build it out of the back. Is that extra player on the back line. One touch, a little bit strong by Salama. A throw in coming for Memphis with under 2 to play in the first half. Tatum Sutherland, who split time with Sam Estrada last season as well, has had to do the same this year. He's done so pretty nicely. The tune of a 2-2-3 record and a goals against average just under 1. There's a good chance for SMU, but it is cut off. Kyle Lee stays on it though. Salama to Sapos. See what SMU can do with a minute and a half. Wide, here comes Dermott. She finds Salama again. Salama was just trying to earn the corner here, but it never went off the Memphis player.
Yeah, Salama just sort of got her feet sort of tangled up there and just couldn't make the turn on a pretty good little entry ball.
Little chance for SMU goes by the wayside. Still a clean sheet for Claire Wyville, and that's nothing new for her. 5 of those in the 9 matches. As she gives it up to her teammate, Kimberly Smit, 5'10", 5th year player from the Netherlands.
Yeah, Smith's a really good player, really composed on the ball. Comfortable in starting the attack from her spot.
SMU was down by a goal at the half against Cincinnati. Came back to tie that one. SMU down by a goal approaching the end of the half here. Maybe a final run. As Kyle Lee is switched over to the right side. Eyes on the goal. Kahn got a head on it. A scramble for the ball. And Wyville tracks it down with 10 seconds left in the half.
That's a really good switching ball by Sabasco to get all that started too.
So SMU starting to find some things offensively, but it has been mostly Memphis. An 8-shot-to-2 advantage and the 1-0 advantage on the board.
After the Sabasco.
It'll be a lot of fun. There's a Jocelyn Alonso fan or two in the house here in Dallas at Washburn Soccer and Track Stadium. We're ready to go for the second half. SMU will move left to right in the black over blue kits, and for the Memphis Tigers, they're in their whites. What would you like to see from SMU as they try to get back in this thing and get it level? As Winnie Bellotta ends up winning one, trying to shift it to Nieves, who could not redirect it. The onrushing Jewel Boland means that Wyville has to pick it up.
Well, I'd just like him to maybe find Cisneros just a little bit earlier. Mentioned that man marking in midfield that Memphis does is just really hard to get through. And then just keep finding Sabasco in the middle. She's just got to keep moving around and shake loose of that man marking, because she is the best player to connect back to front for SMU.
Meanwhile, on the Memphis side of things, 3 points means they're the 3 seed. And this one just a little bit behind. And a great opportunity for Memphis on the counterattack. Ends up just a bit behind Kirchhoff on that far side.
Yeah, Kirchhoff got inside position there, which you really don't want. She's done her damage so far going outside, but that time she took that inside angle and almost made it work for her.
What would you like to see from Memphis in the second half? Just more of the same, or are there any adjustments that need to be made after SMU started to make up some ground late first half?
Yeah, they just have to be tactically smart, and I think they can do that. They want to go looking for the second goal, but not to the expense of shaking up this really well-organized midfield and the midfield marking that they do in there. They're doing fine. If you're Memphis, it's just keep doing what you're doing the first half, and like I said, maybe get Storty forward just a little bit more on the right side.
Long pass across the mid, but Cisneros trying to hit Dermott on the edge, has it easily picked away by Sarah Miller.
But that's the ball. Can they find that ball just a little bit earlier, just like that?
May give it another chance as Winnie Bellotta tries to play it ahead. Good header to knock it down. We haven't had to say her name very much, but Jacqueline Metz is the woman in the middle tonight. Pretty cleanly played game between these two so far. No cards, just a few fouls here and there.
Yeah, we thought she had a decision to make a while ago on a potential foul right outside the Memphis penalty area, but I think she got that one spot on.
Memphis head coach Brooks Monaghan pleased with what his team has been doing, especially over the last 3 games where they've outscored opponents 10-2 and make that 11-2 through the first half of this one. Running in the corner, Sarah Miller is shouldered down by Dermott. He doesn't end up taking the bait, but a good challenge between those two. Abby Dermott, sophomore from Oak Park, California. It's a full season starter last year for SMU and has done the same in her sophomore year. Sabasco played so tough through the middle, one-on-one against Alonso, who's trying to mark her, and now here comes Momo Nakao to take it away. Maya Jones, so dangerous, pass to Nakawa. Jones tipped away, and a corner coming up as Peyton Dorian backtracks to send it over the end line.
Well, I said both of these forwards, they're not just fast, they're both really technical and good in tight spaces. And Jones got the turn there, and Dorian was really good to scramble, though, and just at least get a foot in there, knock it out for a corner kick.
Eve Kirchhoff walking out near midfield. He has the assist in this one. Good defensive play. Solid one. The wind is behind Memphis when kicking out of this corner. Here it comes right to the top of the 6 and just a little bit wide on that clean header. Going back against the grain, an excellent opportunity to make it 2-0. Kinsey Bray comes up just wide.
Yeah, and I say all the time, in marking on those corner kicks, you don't necessarily have to go win the ball, but you have to at least challenge and make sure nobody's getting a clean look on it, as you just said. Just issue a challenge. Usually that's enough.
Bray looking for his second goal of the season and the 6th of her career. She's been a full-time starter at a D spot for Memphis over the last 2 seasons and 3 seasons in Northern Colorado as well. She's still been able to put some goals on her ledger. 5 minutes into the second half. Mid-60s night from Dallas. Tomorrow at this time, we understand it'll be raining, but right now the pitch is perfect. Peterson, good reversal. Boland just could not handle it up the side. And here comes Memphis. A couple clean passes and they're out the gate. Sabasco chipping back on it. Little lead pass by Nakao. And Memphis is in. The drive. Tipped far side and chased down. Can Dermott win it? Good shoulder charge to do so. And a throw in for Memphis.
SMU backline fell asleep just for a second there as that first ball was played in. The Memphis player was offside, but SMU backline just stopped, and Kirchhoff, who wasn't offside, slipped in there unmarked at the right side.
Another chip across by Miller, and a tough play as Peterson just fell down on it, trying to make sure that Sutherland got it. But nervous moments there for SMU.
There's the cross coming in from the left side, and you're right. Peterson just sort of loses her balance. And then for a second, Sutherland had to make sure she wasn't going to handle a back pass, but it wasn't a pass. You can see that Peterson wasn't intentionally trying to knock it back to her.
It works out for SMU anyway. And after a very direct attack, Tigers take it right back, trying to build their 1-0 lead. Little step over for Alonso, who already has a goal, but Dermott stands her ground, and she'll be called for the foul in the process as well. And you see Jacqueline Metz extend her right arm and imitate what Dermott will be called for. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I think Dermott does a pretty good job of turning her hips and getting into the right spot. She just gets that left arm up a little high. Clearly she doesn't think it was a foul, but she doesn't own the whistle. So
Alonso went flying. Sarah Miller is the one to restart it at an angle. About 10 yards off of that corner of the 18. Miller approaches. Right for the center of the goal. Sutherland is there.
That's a good confident catch from Sutherland, because that's a good angle for an attacking set piece, because if you put the ball in the right spot, you get enough runners in there, the ball can just bounce on through and in for the goal if nobody touches it.
Cisneros allowed to play on, but it's taken away by Huber out front. And it's going to stay with Memphis. Memphis so far 6 corners to none for SMU, 10 shots to 2 for the homestanding Mustangs. And if Memphis continues through and picks up the win, they'll be hosting this very same SMU team on Sunday. Steve, with that in mind, what do you think these two coaches are thinking about with the 80% probability at this point that they're going to be matching up again in a few days?
I think just like I said a while ago, Nicole Nelson, for them, you know, it's about trying to get a good result on senior night, trying to play well, trying to gain confidence. And for Memphis, they're in a really good spot, and they don't want to dislodge themselves from that good spot. So it's really, I don't really know if either of them are thinking about that conference tournament just yet.
They both need good showings in the conference tournament in order to make the NCAA tournament. Probably need to run the table, because while they've each been well thought of this season, it's maybe even potential members for at-large bids at different points in the year, especially early on for SMU. They're not in that situation right now, and it's just a one game at a time type deal, as the coaches say, right? Just you can't try to win the championship in one night.
Well, I think the best thing that both teams could do if they're going to play each other again is just establish confidence and make sure they have the belief that they can win that game coming up.
Winnie Bellata trying to go out wide for Cisneros and cleared away. Ulysses Cisneros, who leads the team with 7 goals, has it ripped away, tries to get it right back. Dermott has it go through her legs, but Norma Nicao with just a little too heavy of that first touch to try to start the break the other way.
And Nicao is fun to watch, though. She's got such good skill in there.
Cisneros called for the foul here as she was into the back of Lily Huber.
It's really interesting watching Nicao, because for Memphis, she plays in that playmaker role right underneath the 2 front runners, but they don't really use her as some kind of a dynamic playmaker. She's really just a connector for the other really good pieces she has around her, and then they use her covering a lot of ground and on the press, and in this particular instance, to make sure that Sabasco stays off the ball a little bit. She's really good at that as well.
If you look at her season numbers, I mean, she does have 4 goals and 3 assists in 15 games from Memphis. Some good production. A lot of different players from Memphis, and it's just one of those things where it depends on the night. It depends on probably training and how they're building their shape. They're just a talented team, and a lot of different players can take over, just depending on what the tactic's going to be on a given night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she can definitely do the job. We saw her with that really nice skill check in the first half where she almost turned it into a postcard goal. But what I'm saying is that she recognizes that she's got really good players around her. They don't need her necessarily to rip open the defense with that line-splitting pass. They just need her to find her forwards.
Love the way you say that. That's Steve Davis, John Little. This one going on Nicao, and Memphis gives it back for a restart by Courtney Sabasco. Sabasco drives it to the top of the 18. The header by Boland. Nieves trying to chase it down. But Claire Wyville is there first. Quick restart to try to advance for the Tigers. But look at Sabasco's anticipation. And serves it ahead. The counter. Ulysses Cisneros is after it. These two teams playing a tennis match out there, going back and forth. A lot of fun.
Yeah, this is Memphis now. Look at this. They know how to possess the ball in the back. They're comfortable bringing it out of the back, especially with Kimberly Smith. But what we just saw a minute ago, in the right moments, they can really hit you on the transition as well.
Jewel Boland looking for a special play on senior night. Trying to get it back, but led just a little too strong by Winnie Bellata. Substitution for the Memphis Tigers. Going to bring Jocelyn Alonso out after her goal in the first half. Some good work here in the second half. And Peyton Felton, sophomore out of Ohio, is on. Sarah LaMiller sends it out wide. To play on as Kirchhoff has some advantage here. One-on-one against Peterson. Kirchhoff couldn't get all of that one in. Inakawa sends it right back to her. Sapos was able to steal it away.
Good job there by Inakawa. If you can't prevent the cross, you got to be in the right spot to deal with it.
Inakawa was there again, but the Tigers get it right back. Nakau off to Maya Jones. Steps over it, met by Dermott. Jones repositions, and Dermott jams it. Seemed like a couple nice plays by Abby Dermott, who's really been tested in this second half over and over again in the first 13 and a half minutes.
Yeah, she's certainly been busy, and I think she's been really good. You know, you could debate, we could have a good debate about whether that was a foul a while ago or not, but one way or the other, good defending from her.
And this time she slaps it off the shin of Peyton Felton to get a throw in for SMU.
But this is exactly how the first half started, with Memphis pushing up the left side early and then gradually starting to work the attack over to Kirchhoff and Storti on the other side.
Bad giveaway for SMU. Here's Sarah LaMiller. Miller to the far post and wings it just a little wide.
Yeah, Miller and Maya Jones, they're going to get their opportunities. What you can't do is give them extra opportunities. It's just Miller trying to wrap her foot around it, find that corner in the upper right side. Just couldn't quite make the connection she wanted to.
Tatum Sutherland. Some room to look up the field, but with nobody open. Needs to give it on back. Memphis keeping the pressure on. 30 minutes to go, up 1-0.
I'm seeing Sabasco now drop in between those center backs just a little bit more as she's trying to find some space to play out of the back.
The best midfielders in the American, certainly has to be one of the players that will be up for all-conference nod. Memphis has several of those as well that are being considered by the coaches once the end of the regular season happens. And those all-conference honors will be bestowed late this week as Cisneros is able to get one from going into touch, finds Bellotta. Instead it's Bolin. Back to Bellotta. Bolin! And Memphis able to survive that one after Cisneros nearly created a free chance. Cisneros' never say die attitude is what that got that one going. Here's Nieves. Sabasco playing hard. Bellotta trying to slide it into Bolin. Anything about SMU's play of late? Just a beeline for the goal on several different opportunities.
Yeah, Inakawa there with an important tackle in the midfield to keep another one of those transition opportunities at bay for Memphis.
Inakawa's been really good tonight. Peyton Dorian taking this one away and ends up at a corner for Memphis.
So here's the issue for SMU over the last half hour now coming up. They've done a really good job of helping sort of contain the Memphis front runners by making sure it's always 3 against 2, but making sure they're never numbers up or numbers even, you know, making sure they have the extra defender. But as they chase this goal, chase the deficit, they may have to modify that a little bit.
Miller out of the corner, into the wind. Oh, nice stab by Tatum Sutherland to find one in the air, and she drives it up the field for Sammy Nieves, 1-on-2.
It's a really good catch from Sutherland. It's not easy to do in traffic like that. She made it look easy.
Weird. Yeah,
now Memphis gets another shot. It's Maya Jones skipping it toward the goal. Sutherland finds another one.
Sutherland's just having a really good match, I think.
Tatum Sutherland officially with 3 saves. And a couple plays like that have eliminated chances for Memphis on a night where they've had 7 corners to SMU's none. Made it a little bit rough on Sutherland from time to time, but she's been solid. But for the 1 goal, as you mentioned, that was not on her, the Jocelyn Alonso goal in the 12th minute of this match, off the assist by Eve Kirchhoff.
See there, Sabasco again dropping in between those center backs. So you got 3 in the middle there. Then you push the outside backs up a little higher.
.26.5 to go in Dallas. SMU on their senior night looking for the leveling goal. Maybe even to pick up a couple goals against Memphis and stun the Tigers after their early goal gave them the advantage.
When SMU has tried to go over the top to find Cisneros, they haven't really been able to make that connection. But when she checks back in, that's when they've been able to find her.
Cisneros has been dancing around different parts of the front line. Right now she's playing that 9 position, that striker position up front. With Boland on the right and Nieves on the left. Started the match with Boland on the left, Nieves on the right. Nieves trying to nip at this ball to get it back.
It's really good defending there by Grace Doherty. Talked about her ability to get forward, but clearly she can do it on the defensive end as well.
Preseason all-conference player, his first team all-AAC last year, the championship season for Memphis. A slip here, and Boland takes over and may have an odd man rush. Boland with players on her left, feeds it across, sees Bellotta, who slips. But Nieves is there trying to find Bellotta. And SMU a secondary chance for possession, but a wonderful rush goes awry. Here's Dermott putting on the brakes. Left-footed cross, easily played out. And McCall brings it ahead. Long pass for Sarah LaMiller with Dorian. Miller just tipped by Tatum Sutherland.
Thought maybe Miller was offside there. One way or the other, she had good position, was able to hold off, be strong in the ball, hold off the challenge. And again, one more good save there from Sutherland.
Sutherland has had to be good. It's her 4th save of the night. 5 of the 12 shots on goal from Memphis. 5-6 Sutherland looks to play another one. It will no doubt come out of the air for Sarah Miller. Serving it into the wind. Held up right at the top of the 6. And Miller will get another chance from the wing. The right-footed serve. Played out by Bellotta. And a whistle for a substitution. Both sides bringing new players into the fray. Jocelyn Alonso back in for Memphis. And for SMU, Mackenzie Rutten for the first time in the second half. 5'5" junior from Phoenix is going to replace Sapos in the midfield. Miller turning on it again. Into the box. Bracketed. Slides it across. Dorian plays it away, but it's held by Huber. Another good chance for Memphis. But a defensive stand by the strong Abby Dermott, who has been really tough to get past in the second half.
Yeah, also Inakawa, there was some more scramble defending right in front of her goal. She's had a lot to do this half.
All the way back, the early moments of this game, the 11:55 mark, the early goal by Alonso, and a one-timer in midair is wide for Peyton Felton.
SMU had a chance to clear that cross, couldn't make the right connection on the clearance, and fell pretty nicely to Felton, but did get in there really quick on her, so she wasn't able to quite sort herself out quickly enough to get the shot on target.
Forward substitutions for SMU as you see Cisneros heading to the bench. But wholesale substitutions up front. Kyle Lee, Alina Khan, Eliana Salama, all in for SMU. Trying to get a goal for Tatum Sutherland.
Yeah, but this second forward line has really got a little bit of speed, and it did make some trouble for Memphis when they brought these three in the first half.
Ludden trying to win one in the air. Lana's on top of it, takes the spill and earns a free kick for SMU. Minnie Bellata, way back in 2019, part of the all-rookie team in the American. Last season played striker for this team once Jewel Boland went down and had a team leading 6 goals. Here's the serve. Dermott trying to chase it down. Dermott, little half volley, and it's batted down by Wyville.
I think it was Maya Jones on that initial clearance, if I saw the number correctly. So good job by Memphis' striker to come back and do the defensive work as well.
Takes all 11 on a night like tonight against a hungry SMU team. Looking for that equalizer with 21 minutes left. How much do you think that SMU will press, especially with, you know, the speedier forwards in there now, or at least as a group? If they're very, very quick.
Yeah, again, it's a balance. You know, you can't go crazy with it. You have to keep an extra defender back against Miller and Maya Jones. But you're right, as the clock ticks down, you know, you just have to take more of a gamble. Trust that your 2 center backs can handle those 2.
Memphis picks up the win. They will host SMU, the 3 seed against the 6 seed in the first round of the American Conference Tournament. Getting the edge, Alonso. Dermott deflects it, but Alonso back on top of it, feeding it back for Bray. Alonso, the left-footed serve, and this time Sabasco is there to steer it away until Kyle Lee runs over it. 20 minutes left, and Inakawa is there. A steady night for the SMU defender. Winnie Bellata is kind of all over the place. She's played box to box tonight. Seems like you look up and she's always in the action. This is a good opportunity for Momo Nakao, trying to create from the center. She skips it out a little wide of Alonso, and Dermott is able to watch it go to touch. Kenzie Bray takes this one away, and nipping back, Eliana Salama called for it.
Yeah, I think Bellata's had a little bit of trouble getting on the ball tonight when she's been around the ball. I think she's been pretty good. It's just that Memphis, with that man marking in midfield, it's been a little tough to find her, as she's the more advanced central midfielder for SMU.
Coach Monaghan setting it up. Pretty good chance.
Yeah, here's that same angle we talked about a while ago, pretty much the same spot. If you can drop that ball in at the right place, it's really tricky for the goalkeeper.
Miller trying to time it up. Looks like her forwards got out ahead of it. They stay on side, however. But Nakao skies one, and out of play. Momo Nakao tonight, her second shot officially, in the 14th of the evening by Memphis, so just 3 tonight for SMU. And see that Memphis, after a short rest, gets Jones back in for Sarah LaMiller. Just kind of running through some of those key spots. Again, Memphis choosing not to play incredibly deep, but getting short rests for their key players.
Get a good look there. Memphis with their diamond midfield. You see the 2 front runners. What they're trying to do is funnel the ball right into the middle. And with that diamond midfield that Memphis is playing right now, that just puts you right in the middle of that quagmire.
Wow, Sutherland with a nice ball to Bellata. Just a little bit heavy on that first touch, but Sutherland, pretty good weapon coming out of the back. Now Nicow plays it ahead. Maya Jones stripped away. And the great game for Dermott continues, especially in the second half.
Game's getting just a little bit chaotic now, and I'm not sure that's the worst thing for SMU.
A lot of times when the chaos starts happening, that's when an accidental goal can happen. Or a fortunate one, perhaps. As Dorian serves it up to Rudden. Trying to start this, or rather than Rudden, excuse me, that is Kyle Lee on that side. SMU gives it away once more before Sabasco takes it away from Jones for a moment before Jones overtakes her. It's little 50-50s within the match that are so fun to watch. Jocelyn Alonso. A rush forward against two, but Dermott is there. So watch it go over for a goal kick. Alonso has the goal, her fourth in her last 6 games. Her 5th of the season. 11th of her career. Right now, obviously, it would be the game winner as Memphis tries to close out the regular season with 4 straight victories. After really struggling early this year, SMU kind of on the other side of it. They started out the season undefeated in their first 7. They've faltered a little bit in the second half of the season. They put together enough points in order to make the conference tournament. As a giveaway here goes to Felton. SMU gets it right back. 2 teams that feel like they're both good teams, but kind of going in different directions at the end of the season. See if maybe one goal can change SMU's fortunes. Tori Peterson, 1 touch up to Kyle Lee. Challenge ends up in a throw-in for SMU. Peterson, one of the more powerful throwers on this team, and before the throw-in, SMU will bring some veterans back in the game.
They're going to have to find a way to create a little bit more width, because right now Memphis doing a really good job of funneling them right into the middle. So SMU's got to figure out a way to break that initial pressure, get in the middle, and then get the quick release outside after that.
Cole Nelson coming back with Cisneros and Boland, along with Sapos at a midfield spot. And Tori Peterson is coming out of the match as well.
I think Peterson's done a really good job over there helping contain Kirchhoff, who was so dangerous in the first half, but hasn't been as much of an influence after the break.
Tina Sapos with it, 7 years in an SMU uniform. Her career winding down. Will continue for at least one more match, but probably no more at home for number 22. 77th career game, 76 starts for SMU. She's been so solid. There's Kyle Lee into the box. Cisneros. Nice job defensively to play it away by Memphis. Just haven't given SMU many scramble opportunities inside the box in this one. Those center backs, Haley Spray, Kimberly Smith, they've been solid. Spray, a 2-time defensive player of the week. Smith, a 5th-year senior out of the Netherlands, playing in her 86th career match.
Yeah, they just make such a good combo back there. Mentioned a while ago, Haley Spray is definitely the more physical. She's an all-conference candidate. She's been a real leader this year, according to Brooks Madigan, the coach for Memphis. Kimberly Smith, very composed on the ball. Also really good at directing traffic in there.
All it takes is one, though, for SMU. Just haven't been able to connect like Memphis has in this one. Lone Memphis goal from Jocelyn Alonso, the sophomore out of Coppell. Here just about 15 minutes to our west. Straight on run by Maya Jones. She's denied. Kirchhoff or rather Miller is right back on top of it, able to give it back to Kirchhoff. Inakawa blocks it down, and another good stand by the new starting center back for SMU.
Yeah, again, Inakawa getting pulled out of the middle, and it's not easy against a really good winger like Kirchhoff, but doing a really great job there of preventing the cross.
12 minutes left, and those defensive stands for SMU are big as they try to stay within striking distance to earn a point against Memphis and a little bit of momentum heading into the conference tournament. During the regular season in college soccer, the overtime rules were eliminated this year, so after the second 45 minutes, we are done tonight. That will not be the case in the conference tournament. Sabasco feeds it through. Bolin chasing after it. And Bolin goes down. And a yellow card is on the way.
Good job there.
It's going to go against Bolin.
Yeah, good job there by center by Kaylee Spree of twice, in fact, just getting her body in the right spot and creating a little bit of frustration for the SMU forward.
Jacqueline Metz, a smile on her face. See what led to that card.
And you see there, there's once and then twice. She just gets her body in the right place, providing a little bit of space for a goalkeeper to come get that ball. And you saw this frustration building just a little bit there from SMU.
Boland had a marvelous chance, probably the best chance of the game for SMU back in the first half, and sent one wide.
Yeah, ball just fell really nicely for her, sort of took a weird deflection, but she found herself in on goal at about 12 yards. Didn't have a lot of time to wind up, though, and just missed at the left post.
That was the best chance for SMU. As Mustangs do some churning up front. Nieves is out, and Alina Khan is, or Nieves is back into the game, and Alina Khan is out. 11 minutes left. SMU trying to level a game that they've been trailing in all night. Inakawa's challenge creates some traffic in order for SMU to take over. Abby Dermott, number 15 for SMU. Do you think she's been the best player of the match for SMU?
Abby Dermott's been, you know, I do like her, but I think Inakawa's had a really good second half in particular.
It's down to number 15 or number 3 for SMU. Meanwhile, a long ball. Jewel Bolin with a great chance. A wide open goal. Bolin still on it. Tries to drive it. Trickles in. My goodness. Jewel Bolin. A year of frustration. Drips over the goal for the equalizer with 10 minutes left. What a moment.
Well, it's a fantastic through ball that starts all of that. And then Bolin lashes onto it there. She's around the goalkeeper. You sort of think maybe the moment is lost. And then it looks like a pretty good save. She just couldn't do enough. Claire Weisel couldn't do enough there to keep that ball from trickling over the line. Great equalizer from SMU.
All it takes is one. And all of a sudden, SMU is level on a night where they have been outchanced, but it doesn't matter. Jewel Bolin on senior night, her third goal of the season to put SMU even with Memphis. 10 minutes left.
Well, if these teams end up meeting in the conference tournament, which is what it looks like, that's a really big goal for SMU. I mean, you know, if you get shut out at home, you start maybe a little bit of doubt creeps in about whether you can get a goal against these guys, but how big is that goal now?
Absolutely. Now Memphis, there's no doubt, has the capability of putting another goal on the board themselves and earning all 3 points.
Oh, for sure. Still got to get it across the finish line.
SMU, for the second straight match, at least for now, has leveled a match where it was not looking good for the Dallas team for most of the night. And Jewel Boland, the assists officially from Nieves and Lee, has leveled the game at 1 apiece.
But John, you said it a minute ago, you know, if SMU can retain this the draw here, look at all that good defending that Inakawa and Dermott have done over the second half to keep it at a 1-goal game so that you can find that one moment.
Because if a second goal goes up at any point in this second half before that,
then you have to make 2 matching moments.
Absolutely you do. And boy, was it magical for Jewel Bolin, who missed the frame in the first half with a brilliant chance. You didn't know if she was going to get redemption, but she does. Now here's Memphis, so dangerous on the offensive end. Been scoring goals in bunches, multiple goals in 3 straight matches. Good sharing here. Oh, this cross is just wide, played out by SMU here. That left foot touch. Memphis gets a throw in, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, I think that was Storty pushing up the right side, something we haven't seen much this evening. It's been Kirchhoff doing the damage over there, but that time Storty was able to find some space to get in a really dangerous cross. So now, John, you asked the question a while ago. You asked, you know, what about the psychological game? What kind of result would be best for both these teams? So now it does come into play, because if you're SMU coach Nicole Nelson, I think you've done enough here to make your team feel pretty good about things, and I think you're okay with the draw. You want to make sure you don't push so hard for the equalizer that the game turns into just a little bit of a bummer, because right now a tie, I think, because of the way you've done it, you've come back, it sort of feels like a little bit like a win, doesn't it?
Certainly get that feeling, especially playing at home and on senior night, to get that last goal.
Well, you saw what it meant for everybody, the entire team coming out of the field to join the celebration.
Jewel Bolin, not by a little bit, as Sabasco gets rolled up on, and Sabasco is down for the moment. It will be an advantage for SMU. However, good to see Sabasco get up. I was wondering if there was a twisted ankle or something there.
Well, I think Jacqueline Metz, the referee, was just a little slow to blow the whistle. Everybody saw a foul, and she just couldn't quite get the whistle in her mouth quickly enough.
Lily Huber with it. Sabasco, great serve just inside the 18. It's kept alive. Cisneros, eyes on Lee. Now Nieves races after it, and a foul on SMU here.
I tell you, John, in the important moments tonight, I think Memphis has just been a little quicker to the second balls. We saw it again there.
Foul awarded to Kaya Lee. 6:20 left. So it looks as though these two teams will end up matching up. Now, if Memphis picks up the tie here, they would have 13 points. So would Cincinnati, the two teams tied in the regular season. But Memphis was the only team that even got a point against UCF. As you start to go look to the top of the table, how did you do against the teams that are up above you? They were the only team in the entire league to get even a point against UCF, and that should give them the advantage in the 3 seed. So looks like a preview of Memphis hosting SMU. Is Memphis is calling for this to be into touch, and it was back where Peterson was kicking. But a great comeback at the end of this season for Memphis will lead to the 3 seed, and SMU will be the 6 seed. Now just see how the rest of this 522 plays out before Sunday. Sabasco trying to get something started. Memphis wants all 3 points tonight. Alonso had the goal earlier. Alonso into the box. And the left-footed cross, Dorian pointing back at Alonso, and she gets the call. Alonso's good run, but no corner this time.
I thought it was out for a corner kick. So did Memphis coach Brooks Monaghan.
Yes, Dorian was able to plead her case that there was that second deflection.
Yeah, Jacqueline Metz referee was in good position to make the call.
So here we are with 4:27 to go. Will there be one more goal tonight? Or will we finish level after the brilliant goal by Jewel Boland. The emotional moment for the senior to pick up her 3rd goal of the season. The equalizer. As the SMU chant starts here at home, the final 4 minutes of home play this season for SMU.
A couple of nice moments there by left back Mackenzie Bray from Memphis. I think the entire back line has done a pretty good job of containing Cisneros.
Whoa! Here comes Boland again. Boland leaves it back for Nieves, trying to keep it off the line, and it's going to be a corner. Last touching it was Memphis, and SMU, their first corner of the night.
Interesting spot for Memphis here because they haven't had to defend a corner kick.
Now, Courtney Zabasco normally takes these, but this is going to be Inakawa. And a chance to add to her really brilliant evening as a center back. She comes down to take this corner. The breeze into her face. First corner tonight for SMU. Inakawa with 3 minutes left. Right to the top of the 6. It's headed down. It's dangerous. And it's finally smothered up by Claire Wyville.
That ball fell so dangerously right inside the Memphis 6. And you know what? As an attacker, you just got to be ready. You got to think the ball is going to come to you on those set pieces.
Memphis wants the counterattack. And they get a throw in after the charge ahead with 2.5 left. Let's look at it.
Well, when you don't clear the corner kick, you know, you leave yourself open for something like that. Looks like it was Boland who just couldn't swing her hips around quickly enough.
Oh, SMU has a player go down. A great chance. Here's Alonso. Feeds it in front, but Tabasco is there for SMU. There is a player down, though. It's Sammy Nieves for the Mustangs. As finally there's a stoppage. And this is tough for the forward for SMU. She went down hard and now is holding that lower leg.
I didn't see whether there was contact there. Maybe we got to look at it here.
Had to switch up right here.
Oh, she was just going to kick the ball and something happened in there. On the last minute of the last game at home, you just really hate to see that.
Clock frozen with 2 minutes left. And hopefully for Sammy Nieves, a key player for SMU with a goal and 4 assists this season, it's nothing more than a scare, but can't speculate on anything beyond that, except as they check for stability. It would certainly be nice to see her be able to walk off the field under her own power.
If the result stays like this, John, I think there's something that both these teams can take away. You know, Memphis come in, get a draw on the road. Maybe they're a little disappointed that they couldn't ever find that second goal, put the game away. I think SMU, you like to win your games at home. You don't like to draw at home, but you know, sometimes when you rally from a deficit, it feels a little bit like a win. So again, something both these teams can't take from it.
Jewel Boland, the player, got it level.
Nice to see Nieves walking off under her own power too, just sort of giving that right ankle a little bit of a shake, but doesn't seem to be in too much pain as she walks off.
Nieves awarded an assist on that earlier goal along with Kyle Lee. Brooks Monaghan looking on, thinking about these last 2 minutes. It's nice to see a smile on the face of Nieves as well, not only walking off the field as you mentioned, Steve, but you know, a grimace that eventually turns into a half smirk is nice to see for sure. Restart with 2 minutes left. See if Memphis can go back ahead. They had an early goal. Led for most of the night. This one gets through. Maya Jones trying to get back on top of it. And about a 1v5 situation, just could never reach it. Now can SMU counter? Jewel Boland trying to rip this one back, but a pretty good defensive play by Grace Storty. 1:20 to play in Dallas. McCow to her left. Flips it off. Alonso on the angle. Alonso to her left foot. Alonso going after goal and soaring it wide.
Well, Alonso didn't get the cross right that time, or the shot, whichever that was, but she's been active this second half. Of course, she got the goal in the first half as well.
Salama very dangerous out wide here. Salama has Boland out in front. Can she find her? Now flicks it toward Boland. Nice job to clear it away. 40 seconds left. Salama trying to cross it. No handball here, and a throw in instead of a corner. It was right on the line. Although SMU would have had a tough time to set up in time. 30 seconds left. Peterson will go for the long throw in. The best remaining chance for SMU. Peterson into the box. Cisneros! What a way to do it! Julissa Cisneros! Let it go by the first time. She got it back and picked her spot. And SMU raises from the dead. 2 goals from seniors. And Julissa Cisneros puts her team up with 15 seconds left.
Well, what a nice long throw there from Peterson. And I just said it. You let that ball drop in there, you give the other team an opportunity. This time Cisneros was ready. Ball falls for her, and she was able to uncork the shot without much of a wind-up. She had a good angle for it. She hit the target.
Led the American in scoring for most of the year, and with 15 seconds remaining, has given her team the advantage and the win on senior night. They trailed all night, and look at the Mustang players pour out after the Cisneros goal. An emotional moment, an incredible win for the Ponies.